So, Brian, are you ready to talk about Sonic?
Oh my god.
It's very strong. But, so, not brand new Sonic game.
Well, yeah.
A new Shadow game.
Yeah, like that.
A brand
It's
new
a
Shadow.
remaster of an old Sonic game and a new kind of game. It's like, it's not... Oh, first of all, I'm Brian. Hi. It's been a while... No. I don't know.
Isn't Sonic fun?
No. It hasn't been fun since 1994.
No, it has been fun since 2011, which is why Sonic Generations is coming out again. This time with Shadow.
Yeah.
Sonic X Shadow, my favorite fan.
I want to start off by saying that is the worst possible name that they could have picked for that.
Oh no, I think it's the best. Because think about it, now whenever people look up Sonic X Shadow, what comes up now? Officially, Generations. Sonic X Shadow.
So this whole thing is basically just like an excuse to like deep clean Rule 34 kind of fan fiction.
Or just clean up weird stuff. Because like, have you seen one of them? You know how they have like Sonic Dream Team?
Yeah. Oh.
Sonic Dream Collection.
Yeah.
You ever hear about that?
Yeah.
So they're like naming things similar to like the weird fan stuff to be like,
gotcha.
Yeah, no, you look this up now. Because you're gonna find like official stuff, not like weird fan fiction.
So you're saying next we're gonna get Sonic Blue Waffles. Anyway, so Sonic X Shadow Generations is a brand new experience in the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise.
It's Sonic's Cooking Mama game.
Sonic X Shadow Generations, new experience, sort of. So, well, I guess we can just start with general thoughts first. What do you think of the game that was announced at the State of Play? By the way, I do want to say, I loved all the reaction videos of people watching the State of Play, and then as soon as Sonic X Shadow Generations finished, they were like, "Oh, go away! Rest of State of Play, we don't care."
Oh yeah, no, like it just dominated the State of Play with Sonic.
Well, I mean, some of those games looked interesting. I don't know. Hideo Kojima is going to make another
movie?
Espionage. That's what they are.
Another movie.
They announced after Death Stranding 2 that he's going to get back to doing an espionage kind of game, similar to Metal Gear, but I don't know what that's going to entail.
Oh, he's going back to his roots.
Yeah, he's not doing strictly Metal Gear because he's far gone with.
As long as it doesn't have the same fate as PT, I'll be okay.
Yeah, yeah, hopefully. But
back to Sonic X Shadow, or is that back to Sonic X Shadow?
It's such a clunky name. I'm calling it Sonic. Well, whenever I'm referring...
Well, you can do what people do with Hunter x Hunter. Instead of Hunter x Hunter, it's just Sonic Shadow Generations.
Yeah. Well, to make this less complicated, I'm just going to refer to the Sonic portion as Sonic Generations, and then
Shadow Generations.
Yeah, Shadow.
Well, just be honest, it's probably going to do it. They're probably how they're going to do it on the main menu screen.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Like how they have the hero story and the dark story, they're going to have Sonic Generations, Shadow Generations.
Well, a lot of people are equating this more to 3D World and Bowser's Fury.
And I think, didn't they have Bowser's Fury on the main menu?
Yeah, they had Bowser's Fury on a separate thing. It was just pick which game. I think that's kind of what's going to happen here because of the way that Generations is set up.
Well, I want to say something real quick here.
Yeah.
So congratulations to the Drift fans. It's coming back. Generations had drifting.
Yeah, I know, right?
I was playing it a little bit ago to get prepared for this video, and well, first off, I now remember Speed Highway because I forgot that was in the game before. So when we originally planned this video, I texted Brian. I was like, "Oh yeah, hopefully that's some new levels like Speed Highway." And he texted me back like, "It's already in there.
It's already there." No, we were talking about new levels. Well, we'll get to that later, but I love that we were talking about new levels, and we were just like, they should add more city levels. I was like, there's already, out of the 9 levels, there's already 4 city levels.
Yeah,
you don't need another one.
Yeah, when I went to go check it later and play, I was like, oh no, she don't allow city levels.
But Sonic Generations Remastered, I'm pretty excited for, because Generations, it's rough around a few edges, but I think it's probably one of my favorite 3D Sonic games. It's more in 2D. It's kind of like the colors problem, where it's more in 2D than it is 3D.
Yeah, which is weird because it's like when they first did bring back classic Sonic for the 2D sections, but then still gave modern Sonic 2D sections.
That was kind of the weird thing.
Which kind of when I was playing Sonic, I was playing Generations. I I mostly replayed Speed Highway because remember
That's probably one of the more fun levels.
It
of
was.
The game.
There's one section of it that confused the hell out of me for a second.
Which
because
one is that?
my brain forgot. I was like, oh no, it's not one-to-one like adventure. There's a section you can kind of drift in a circle. But unless you take like a left out of the circle, you're kind of just stuck there. So when I was zooming around, I was drifting, and I was like, wait, I've seen this section before. Hold on.
Yeah.
Where am I?
Backwards.
So then I managed to zoom out there and then do the cool fucking dash down the side of the building.
That's a great part. There's a lot of great, like, they take the best set pieces from the games that they're inspired off of, and they, like, kind of amp them up in, like, a big way. Classic City Escape is probably my favorite, like, classic level in that, because you're constantly being chased by the gun truck the entire level.
Yeah.
Which is, like, a great kind of, like, step up from the original.
Oh my god! And the 2D boarding down the city was so much fun.
And the modern, like, the modern version where it just has buzzsaws for whatever reason. But in terms of, like, an actual, like, what we can expect from a remaster, so I remember, like, the trailer for, by the way, it's been, like, almost 2 weeks since the trailer was first revealed. We're a bit late, but I have a job, fuck you.
Yeah, it took a little bit setting this up.
Yeah. But Generations, like, when Sonic X Shadow Generations, the trailer, like, was released, it made note that Sonic Generations itself would be a remaster, but also have bonus content. I think what this essentially is that they are going to add, like, a few, because they're not going to change, like, the whole game.
No.
Because from what I know, jumping the gun with Shadow Generations, I think that's done with, like, the same engine as, like, Forces and Frontiers.
Yeah.
So they don't...
Well, Frontiers was its own... Frontiers was the first Hedgehog engine too, right?
No, it was Forces.
Really?
Yeah.
It was Forces?
They put more effort into the Hedgehog engine 2 than the actual game. That's where most of the development time was actually for.
I would say, like...
Yeah.
I
think Forces is a good-looking game. I mean,
oh, yeah, no, Forces looks good.
Decent enough, but, like, that's kind of what the Hedgehog engine 2 is devoted to. But, like, I don't think they're going to go back and change too much with Sonic Generations base.
No, I think they're going to leave that about the same. Because that's one of the few consistently received, like, modern 3D Sonic games.
Yeah.
So they're like, hey, people are like this first time around. They might tweak, like, as long as they don't tweak Classic to play like how they did in Forces, we're fine.
Yeah. Well,
if they keep it like Generations, not like Forces, we're good.
I think they're not... Yeah, I don't think they're going to change too much of, like, the overall, like, physics and feel. And it looked like...
And they're bringing Drift back.
Yeah, that's... Well, the Drift was in the original Generations.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like...
So they're going to have to bring it back.
It's integrated into, like, the gameplay and, like, the level design of that base game.
I mean, Deadly Frontiers had integrated
it had it in one stage.
And no drift.
It was not a good stage. That was the worst cyberspace stage in Frontiers. And I will say, by the way, I hated the cyberspace like stages when I first played the game, but after you unlock the spin dash, it actually is like much more fun.
Oh my god, yeah. Actually,
that's not a compliment towards the game, by the way. You unlock the spin dash 20 hours into the game.
I mean, yeah, you don't go that way with the skill tree. I went straight to spin dash.
Well, no, you don't get in the skill tree. Well, for the Final Horizons, you can unlock them, but like you have to do the action chain challenges for Sonic.
Oh, okay.
In the base game to get the spin dash, but which is why the other characters are better than Sonic because they can unlock it their own way.
Yeah, just follow your trees.
But
I like Adventure 2 Flying Knuckles again.
Yeah, that's fun. But I don't think they're going to change much with the game. However, I do have some predictions anyway about what they're going to add. And I would like to also present what I would like them to add. Okay. I know they're not going to add any new levels, although we only saw Green Hill and City Escape in the initial reveal, so maybe they're going to make some tweaks. I know they like up-res like the textures. Oh yeah, but they did for every remaster. If your remaster doesn't update your textures, what are you doing? That's just a re-release. Yeah. What are you, Last of Us? Yeah. What are you, Sonic Colors Ultimate? A lot of people were freaking out, like they were like, "Oh God, is this going to be like super bloomed out?" But I'd like to talk about some predictions about what they're going to do and some things that I would actually like them to do if they, because I've had an idea of what a Sonic Generations Ultimate would have been. Like I've always kind of wanted, because I love Generations, but it's so short. It is such a short game. Like I replayed it like a few weeks ago, and it's like the base game itself, without going off after like all the missions and like the collectibles and stuff,
Yeah.
it takes about like 2 or 3 hours to complete.
Oh yeah, because there's only really like
There's 9 levels.
9 levels with 3 boss fights
And 3 rival fights.
Yeah.
And then the Time Eater, but that's like
that's its final boss. So that's
yeah, and that's
something.
not a good final boss. It's not a good note to end on.
Apparently, the DS version was the best.
With the Time Eater, yeah, but that's, it's like, what do you like better, this pile of vomit or this piece of shit? It's
No.
Like, well, let's look at it like this. I mean, in terms of, like, if they were to add new levels, which, again, I don't think they are, but I'd really like them to, I think it would be probably the safest bet if they were, like, doing this would be, like, add a new level per era. So there's 4 levels.
So we would have a level from Sonic CD, because we had
Yeah, because I think we had Green Hill Chemical Plant and Sky
Sanctuary.
Sanctuary.
So then we'd have, what was the Time City in the
Stardust Speedway.
Yeah, Stardust Speedway. So we get Stardust Speedway.
Which is actually where you fight Metal Sonic in Generations. So all they would really have to do is take the assets and like...
And just build the level.
Well, change them up a bit, because it's like the bad future of Stardust Speedway.
Maybe we could have some way of doing, like, jump between the good and the bad future of Stardust Speedway.
Yeah, well, what I was thinking was, like, the classic Sonic Act would be the past version of Stardust Speedway, like, with all the plants and stuff. And then, like, the modern version would be, like, the present version, and then you fight Metal Sonic in the bad future version.
Oh, that'd be cool, actually.
Yeah. Well, because I'm thinking about what they would add to, like, the Dreamcast era, and it's like...
Windy Valley.
Well, no, because they already have a game for Sonic Adventure. I'm just saying, like, there needs to be, like, a separate game for every era.
What was the adventure stage?
It was Speed Highway.
Oh,
What is it with you and forgetting Speed Highway?
What can I say, man? Speed Highway is not that memorable.
Speed Highway, I like how we were, like, a few minutes ago, you and I were just like, oh, Speed Highway is so great, and then you're just like, what's the adventure level? I don't even know.
I don't know why. For some reason, when I thought Speed Highway Adventure 1, they got in my mind.
It's like, what did that stage do to you? Why is it so forgettable to you?
I don't know why, but for some reason, when Speed Highway came to my mind, for some reason, I thought of Sonic Battle.
Oh, like, it's called Battle Highway in that.
Okay.
Yeah. But,
God, Battle Highway, Speed Highway, Radical Highway, there's so many highways. Just imagine trying to drive through traffic in the Sonic universe. Okay, so you're going to take a right, get on the Radical Highway, and you're going to follow all the way to Station Square. Watch out for Eggman's carrier. Watch out for the egg carrier. And then
make sure you hit 90 when you get to the loop-de-loop. Otherwise, you're fucking dead. Isn't it crazy that, like, you know what's weird? Mm-hmm. In the driving stages of Adventure 2, there are a bunch of signs that say "Born to be Fast." Mm-hmm. I don't think those are a good thing to have on a highway. I'm trying to think about, like, what stage would be added. I'm thinking one would be added from Shadow, but, like...
Well, Shadow Generations, they're going to add, like... They're adding Black Doom and his stuff, so, like... Everything for from Shadow the Hedgehog is going to be in Shadow Generations.
Yeah.
So then... I'm also thinking for this year, so we'd have Stardust Speedway for the classic era. For the Adventure era, because we had... Well, we did have from
Adventure 1, Adventure 2, Heroes. So we maybe should have something from Shadow, unless you want to count, like, the advanced games.
I think we had to count the... Or actually, was Rush before or after 06?
Rush was before 06, but after... It came out the same day as Shadow the Hedgehog. So it was...
So we can include Rush. We can include the Rush
Yeah,
game.
I guess. I was going to more include that for, like, the modern era. Like
No, for modern era, I would honestly... So no, I'd say do a list area from Rush or Rush Adventure. One of those...
yeah, okay, alright. So, okay, how about this?
Because then you can put, like, Marnie in front of that stage.
To add my...
Bring Marnie back. She was cool in Rush and
what is...
Marnie the Raccoon.
Marine?
She was, Marine, yeah. She's so cool, I remember her name. No, but bring Marine. I really liked Marine.
Yeah.
I know people found her annoying at first, but I liked her.
Yeah, she was okay. But I would want... I would want Water Palace from Sonic Rush.
Oh, yeah.
And then for the modern era, my favorite level of Rush Adventure was the Ghost Ship. It's called Haunted Ship, which has a great music track. I think that would probably be a good stage. There needs to be more pirate levels in Sonic.
They do, actually. Because actually, one stage I could bring in... I know they already had the Hero stage from Seaside Hill, but Heroes had a lot of cool stage designs. It just sucked that the game was kind of meh.
Oh, the aesthetic.
These levels were great. Like the Halloween level was sweet.
Yeah,
I loved Egg Fleet. That was such a fun. That was such a fun area.
The
jungle. I actually liked the jungle. That was a cool area. And then the one I was originally thinking of adding, Metropolis.
Grand Metropolis.
That's
a great looking.
Like all the
state.
hollow like little runways were sick. That was a unique city like shape for like.
Well, again, though, you're adding
a city level.
You're petitioning for more city levels.
Listen, Sonic's running through cities, destroying all of them. He's committing every crime through the city.
Exactly. Again, these are not really going to happen. But if there were ever like a
that's why we make of heroes, but with good game design.
that's we kind of got that with Seaside Hill in Generation.
Exactly. So it can be done. I've seen proof.
The problem with
I just want the rest.
The problem with the Heroes stages is that they were like so long and they reused set pieces a lot.
And they had to make you go through it 4 times.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, they do a way to go through Heroes, and yeah, that does sound like Shadow, but Heroes tangent because I don't expect a double click for a talk about Heroes. Because for Heroes, the ideal way was you have to go through Team Rose, Sonic, Dark, and then Chaotix.
Yeah, and you also had to get all the Chaos Emeralds.
Yes. So that was like, so if you wanted to have your best playthrough of Heroes, that's how you had to do it. So you go from easy, normal, hard, and then what the hell Chaotix were given to that. Whatever the Chaotix were given that mission.
Yeah.
And then, so you bring all those in. And after by the time you're doing the third stage, the third playthrough of the exact same stuff, like, you're done. You're like, for the love of God, I just want to get to the final story. Because what Adventure 2 did right was everyone had their own unique stages.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe you don't want to program like, okay, we have 4 teams playing the same way. All you could do, change the level order. Just maybe like, okay,
that's what I was thinking
they can all start in Seaside Hill. They can all start there. But then like maybe after that, Amy's team will follow the base like line.
Mm-hmm.
And like you can start Seaside and at Egg Fleet. So they all end at Eggman because they all have to for the end story. So they start Seaside and Egg Fleet, but between though, however you want. Like you know when they're like because they have the team fights in that game.
You know what though?
So you have like the 2 teams kind of match how they're going.
Yeah.
And then they flip.
Yeah.
So that the other 2 teams are matching.
Other stages. I like to imagine though, like here's where all like the stages are for Heroes, and they're all just like going in circles and just like we're so lost.
Yeah, because. Here's the throwback if people ever watched this. Like, you remember the Sonic Paradox team?
Yeah.
And like their Seaside Denied and Metropolis Mayhem? That brings into the question of just like, all those teams
four of them
are together in those areas. How the hell do they not come across each other during those things? Because they're in the exact same thing.
That's weird. But anyway, okay, we're getting off topic here.
Yeah, I just expect you guys to click on Sonic Heroes discussion.
This it doesn't help that there are 2 people with ADHD trying to have a conversation.
Especially with Sonic, which is something about fast and loose.
Yeah. I actually do have like a list of like, so I kind of came up with this concept like a long time ago of like what would a Sonic Generations Ultimate would be. Mm-hmm. And I'm just going to share it just because I want to have like, I want to talk about like because I spent so much time on this.
Yeah. Oh, Sonic Generations and Knuckles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. There it is. So my original idea was like, what if they added some stages from like the Game Gear games, such as like Bridge Zone from Sonic 1, Underground Zone from Sonic 2.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Mecha Green Hill.
That sounds cool, actually.
It's like a Sonic Chaos. It's like kind of a mechanized version of Green Hill.
That sounds kind of cool.
Yeah.
A lot better than Sand Hill.
Green Hill's looking a lot more like Sand Hill right now.
Egg Rocket from Sonic Advance. Music Plant from Sonic Advance 2. Twinkle Snow from Sonic Advance 3, just because I think we need a nice level.
Yeah.
The Ark from Shadow, and then Haunted Ship. So, I don't know, there's just a few ideas I had of, like, what if they were back. But I do want to make, like, a wild prediction about Sonic X Shadow Generations, the Sonic portion anyway, that I think would be really cool if they did. Again,
they finally kiss. Oh.
Sonic or Shadow or Sonic and Sonic?
Yes.
Okay. All 3.
Yeah. Sorry, I got retained, but on the actual Steam page, like I'm not sure if it's like user submit or whatever, but on the Steam page for like tags, LGBTQ plus is there.
Do they really? Oh, no way.
I'm not sure if it's actually still there, but when like the first week they announced it, there was a picture that trended for a while of like that Steam page, and that was
That's
there.
funny. That's actually really good. Oh, I also forgot to mention though, there are rumors that for like the bonus content, I think I talked about how like what they more likely are going to do is just release the base game, up the textures, and then add like the DLC. And by the DLC, I mean like the Casino Night Pinball.
Yeah,
it's most likely what they're going to do.
damn, I can't spend $20 anymore on a single
Yeah,
level.
Of course. But what I would like them to do... so a lot of people before like this was announced, because this was like leaked on
Yeah,
Twitter.
because there was talks of like a Sonic... they were talking about Sonic and Shadow game.
Yeah.
But they didn't mention it being Generations. They mentioned it remake.
They said Sonic will stand in the shadow of his generations or something like that.
Yeah, or something cryptic like that.
Yeah. But it
or cryptic then, but now it's super obvious.
yeah. Now I'm just like, oh god, it's true.
Shadow Generation. Okay.
But a lot of people were pissed that they weren't doing like an Unleashed remastered, which I totally understand. I mean, Unleashed, I don't like Unleashed.
It's probably because I haven't played it in a while, so like all the bad stuff I don't remember much from it. The only things I remember from Unleashed, like I remember really liking the daytime stages and the open world in the 360 version. I really liked walking around the different towns in the 360 version. Maybe give me the adventure feel. Mm-hmm. But the one thing I hated,
Of course, the Werehog.
well, I didn't mind the Werehog combat actually. I didn't mind it. I'm a fan of beat 'em ups. It made more sense it did. Knuckles doing it, but whatever.
Yeah.
But what bothered me was the night stages had such calm, nice music.
Yeah.
Interrupted every 5 or 10 seconds with the
jazz musicians.
that gets
Following Sonic
the
around.
Werehog alone is active when you hear a saxophone in the night. Fight or flight.
Yeah. I'm gonna chuck that thing out the fucking window.
Oh my god.
But Unleashed is flawed, but a lot of people were saying there should be a remaster for this, and I agree. There should be like some kind of PC port.
Oh,
but,
honestly, I'm sure with a PC
yeah.
port, you don't even have to remaster it.
But it's definitely not going to be re-released anytime soon, just because
No.
Sega is definitely like, okay, we want Sonic to be good.
Yeah.
I mean, jury's out on whether or not they're doing good with that rule, but
I really like Frontiers.
they don't want to re-release Unleashed anytime soon, just because it's divisive.
And also, I think this Unleashed is in that weird place where it's like, oh, everybody likes it. But if we re-release it, does everybody remember how bad it is? Because that's what with Colors. Everybody's like, oh, Colors was best. They re-released it. Hey, this game sucks.
Well,
so
the problem with Colors Ultimate was
the remaster.
People were more complaining about the remaster.
Yeah. But do you think maybe that sounds like a weird message to them? They're like, we're going to hold off on remastering Unleashed.
Yeah.
Because at least for Sonic Generations, they have the excuse of throwing in, like, Shadow Generations. So they're like, hey, we have, like, kind of a reason.
Kind of added content.
That, like,
give
people hype. Because let's be honest here, the way they dropped it was sick as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, because I saw someone on Twitter literally predict that way. They were like,
the animation
that shot where Sonic and Sonic are side by each other.
Too.
Shadow's, what they thought was going to happen was Shadow's going to come in and kick classic Sonic out of the way. I thought it was way cooler than making forcing Sonic to do the
and I like
that 2 pose.
Maybe they still have that CG, but like it's pretty accurate to like the old like.
Oh my god, yeah.
Trailer. But we all know that the Shadow Generations portion is like it's basically there because it's going to be a short game because they're they're releasing that alongside base Generations.
And the idea is that this is what Shadow is up to.
Yeah.
While Sonic was doing his thing, which really, really makes me wish during Shadow Generations there's a Sonic rival fight.
That would be cool. Yeah, that would be nice.
So like,
they said the stories are going to converge.
Yeah. So,
but hold on, before we get too off topic here,
yeah.
I gotta finish my thought.
Yes.
So, do you remember the Unleashed project for Generations? Somebody modded the original.
Oh, like Project 06, right?
Kind of.
Different team?
They modded, the Unleashed team or whatever it was. Mm-hmm. They modded the original Unleashed stages into Generations, so they're like fully playable with like modern Sonic's like gameplay style.
Yeah.
What I think would be really cool, and I talked about this with somebody, but I'm gonna get to that argument point. Okay, I'm gonna get to that. I think they're going to, instead of release Unleashed, they're going to port the Unleashed stages into Sonic Generations. Again, I don't think it's going to happen.
That's very helpful.
But it might. And I had somebody told me like it's not going to happen because they would have announced that. But they want all the focus on Shadow.
Yeah, like...
Because this is the year of Shadow. He's going to be in the new movie.
Which is sad because it's Knuckles' 30th anniversary.
Fuck him. I feel like Shadow more than Knuckles anyway, so... I like Knuckles, but, you know.
I like Knuckles too, but I get why they're focusing on Shadow because, like... You have like so you have
Well,
Sonic.
Knuckles has his show coming out this year, so that's
because you have Sonic 3 and you have Sonic 3.
Sonic 3
and Knuckles.
yeah, perfect.
Which
we
for that joke alone, I'm so happy for.
Yeah, I appreciate that. But in a fantasy world, I think it would be pretty cool if there was like an extra mode in Sonic Generations where like we'll call it the World Tour mode, where it's like you go to like this one spot in the hub world and you can play like you can do like kind of like an egg shuttle from Sonic Colors marathon of like all the Unleashed daytime stages, like with the Sonic Generations like physics.
That'd be cool.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, no,
it would be really nice.
That'd be awesome. But I think they are putting almost all their focus in the Shadow.
Yeah, but I will make one prediction that I think will absolutely come true: Drop Dash.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to put the Drop Dash into base Generations.
Oh, yeah. That's become so synonymous with Sonic's moveset now.
Yeah.
Like,
because it's put into like all the classic like games with Origins. And
yeah.
I think that's going to happen. I think that's kind of been rumored. I think they found some kind of files.
And honestly, I'm okay with that. I'm a fan of the Drop Dash.
Yeah.
Just falling down, just go.
I would like a little bit... I mean... Again, all this shit's not going to happen, but I would like something to happen with Sonic Generations. Because I think that's a great game, but it needs a lot more meat on its
It does. Like, because I'm trying to think about... I was thinking speculation-wise here, like, Shadow Generations is going to be awesome. Like, I think from what I've seen alone in the trailer-wise, because a lot of stuff they showed, like, was gameplay footage.
Yeah.
Like, almost nothing they showed was, like, all of it was in-game. Which, by the way, game trailers, do that more often. For the love of God, if your only thing to show me your trailer is just a cinematic thing, I don't give a shit. Congratulations, thanks for your opening cutscene. But
Jesus Christ,
no, it's fucking infuriating. I've seen so many games do that.
Go fucking off.
It's so aggravating. There's only been one game that has been like their main trailer was the opening cinematic was Baldur's Gate 3, but the reason why they did that is because the actual gameplay itself is like point and click style. Mm-hmm. So like, and modern gamers, but their attention span is fucking zero. I know that because I'm in that problem. Yeah. I'm just a huge D&D nerd, so I'm super into it. By the way, Baldur's Gate 3, great game. One game of the year, I don't have to tell you that. But now to this game of the year, Sonic X Shadow.
No, it's not gonna be that good. Granted, I will say, I kind of thought about this a few seconds ago about like, well, they're adding Shadow Generations to make up for the lack of content in Sonic Generations. Fair, I guess, but...
But what's ready for Shadow? Because I'm assuming you're going to do the first opening level.
Well, let's talk about it. That's a great segue. About Shadow Generations and what it's going to be.
Because we want levels and Unleashed into Sonics. Honestly, before we go hop into Shadow, and we'll wrap up Sonics.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
I think for Sonics, what they're going to do, they're going to add Drop Dash. If they don't add it, I would get keeping it authentic to regular generations. I would get them not adding it. But with the
add it
fact,
as a skill in the skill shop.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they could do that too. Like the guy has like a skill you can buy later.
Or cool, and you know what? Also, they can do, which I would.
We did say they add to Origins though, so
yeah. What I would be cool with too is if they added a skill for the double jump for modern Sonic.
Ooh, yeah.
Because I mean, platforming with boost, I think is definitely perfected with colors, but it was so weird to play Generations and have it.
Oh my god, yeah,
without
dude.
The double jump to readjust your footing.
Yeah, dude. The first thing I was doing when I started playing Generations before I have this speed, I was jumping around the hub world. I was like, all right, I'm gonna get up there, jump.
Yeah.
Like, I was like,
and then you do the air dash, and you feel like an idiot.
And I was like, and I was sitting there like, wait, when did? Oh, that was that after.
Yeah.
I was like,
Generations was made by the Unleashed team.
Yeah, and for some reason, I thought Unleashed had the double jump. But no, it was Colors that added it.
That's weird because Unleashed has the homing attack on a separate button, but it doesn't have the double jump.
Yeah, so it's like...
It's like you can use the A button again.
So it's real weird.
I don't know, but...
But so yeah, for Sonic Generations, I think I did what they're going to do is add Drop Dash, add the skill, and then I think one new level per section.
That would be nice.
Because
and
I do want Stardust Speedway from CD, that makes the most sense.
Yeah.
And then from Adventure Era to like... Shadow the Hedgehog, that's...
Water Palace.
Yeah, Water Palace from Rush. Probably something from Rush.
And then...
Modern.
Something from Rush Adventure. Or maybe one of the Rivals games.
I'm
kidding, no.
No, because Rivals... No, honestly, Rivals stage... I played Rivals 2. I didn't play much... I never was able to play Rivals 1. But Rivals 2 I played a lot of, because that's when I had my PSP. But when I played Rivals 2, a lot of those stages kind of just took from Heroes.
Yeah, okay. That's fair.
Like, I think the first stage is literally just basically almost like not like a carbon copy, but almost the same aesthetic as Seaside Hill.
Another Green Hill kind
No,
of.
Seaside Hill.
Oh, okay.
Like, actually, so it's like, hey, not Green Hill for once. Yeah, but it's okay, but still like some kind of hill.
Well, Seaside Hill kind of had the checkerboard patterns from Green Hill, just added like a tropical aesthetic.
Yeah, but honestly did a lot though. Adding the beach stag to Green Hill actually did a lot.
You know what? The modern era can also add a stage from Sonic Chronicle.
Sonic Chronicles? Yo, when's the Sonic Chronicles remake or a sequel because of the cliffhanger ending?
Wow.
I will be honest here. I was one of those weird kids who liked Sonic Chronicles. I thought the way they did the action commands with the touchscreen, with the stylus, was fun.
Oh, God.
Yes, I am that problem. I don't remember how to move. I know moving around was like with the stylus, like they did Twilight Princess. Oh, not Twilight. Phantom Hourglass. I didn't mind it. I actually I like Chronicles. I thought Shade was cool. Fuck 10 Penders. Oh, sorry. When I think of the Echidnas as a Sonic franchise, this naturally happens.
Hey, he invented Echidnas, okay?
Yeah,
cut him a break.
Yeah, he saw Knuckles and went, I invented that.
Ken Pender's like sees an Echidna in real life, and he's like, I own you.
Oh my god, if I can find a picture, I'm gonna put it up somewhere up here. But there's a picture I saw like of the scene from Sonic 2 where Sonic's like, face it, you're never gonna get my power.
Yeah.
And Knuckles like, do I need your power?
Oh yeah.
It's Ken Pender's like, face it, you're never gonna get my characters. So I look like I need your characters.
I think I sent you that meme.
Maybe.
Yeah,
maybe.
Ken Pender's in Paramount meme.
Either way, it killed me when I saw it.
Yeah.
But so for the modern era, we have Crisis City, Planet Wisp, and
Rooftop Run.
And then Rooftop Run. So we have we have Unleashed, Colors, and 06. So what they could do, they could either do Lost World.
Oh yeah, to be poking the bear with that one.
Yeah.
Well, there is also rumors. Keep jumping back to Sonic Generations about like what if there's a fourth era with like levels from like Lost World, Forces, and Frontiers.
Oh, that could work too. Actually,
I don't know how that would play out though, because Frontiers is so like open.
It is, but I think what they could do.
They could do the cyberspace stages, which are already copying
or actually,
Green Hill Chemical Plant and Sky Sanctuary.
Or what they could
do.
Well, I think actually what they could do it'd be kind of cool. Again, something similar to do with Stardust Speed. Our dream Stardust Speedway. Mm-hmm. They could have you travel. They could have you start on like what's the first island? Oriz Island or Chorus Island?
Ares
Island. I can't remember. Whatever the first island is.
Kronos. No, Kronos Island is first.
Okay, so you start on Kronos Island. Mm-hmm. So you start off on Kronos Island, but then at the top of your stage, you go into a cyberspace level, and you come back out onto the island, and like maybe like the back half, the third act of the island, or the third act of the level,
and you go to a different island.
No. So you start off on Kronos Island, you go through a cyberspace stage for like the middle act of the level, and in the third act, you're in like Gigantimo's state arena or whatever, or like you're like running up his back or like that. You're like using him as like a stage piece.
I guess.
So you could make a linear version of the Frontiers Island.
Yeah.
That's very much possible.
Which would be weird, but I mean, they can make it work.
But to make it fit in Generations, they'd have to.
Yeah.
But I think if they did from starting the island, going to a cyberspace stage, and then end at like one of like the nights, then that'd be kind of cool. I could see that working for a Frontiers level.
The Forces level would be really short, though, given how short the other levels in that game were.
Straight City 1, 2, or 3.
Yeah, one of those. Again,
Sandhill.
No, yeah. No, I was just about to say, for Frontiers, they can use Green Hill, the cyberspace stage. No. Here's what the modern era is going to be.
Windy Hill, Sandhill, Cyber Hill.
Yeah. Perfect. The Green Hill era. It's perfect. No, wait, no. Idea.
What?
I was going to say, they can just put in a stage from Mania. Green Hill. Stop putting Green Hill in every one of these fucking games! And we wouldn't have this problem!
I think the best way they ever brought back Green Hill was Adventure 2.
Yeah,
because that was the first time it was 3D, right?
Yeah.
So that was like, kind of sick.
Yeah.
And then they made the first stage for every game after.
It's like, god damn it. No, they started with like Sonic 4 doing that around that time.
Oh, but I think Sonic 4 is just like milking nostalgia.
Yeah.
Like heavily.
Sonic 4 is its own thing. So
I hate that's episodic. And they never did episode 3.
Little Planet's fucked. It's fine.
It's another fucking cliffhanger ending ass
game.
Well,
also, those games are not really canon anymore, so
that's fine.
Yeah.
They're on what, the Wii Shop?
First one's on the Wii Shop, but I actually don't. I replayed Sonic 4 like a while ago. It's not a bad game. And keep in mind, I love the Genesis games, and I will like defend those. But like Sonic 4, it's fine for what it is. I think I can like play it without thinking like, oh, it's a fucking Sonic 4. No, it's because it wasn't made to be Sonic 4. It was made to be like a portable game that they kind of put on consoles.
Yeah. Okay.
So it was never meant to be Sonic 4, but like it is what it is, and it's fine.
Yeah, that's fair.
Still has its own sense of flow. But yeah, it would be cool. I would be cool to have like an era of like Lost World, Forces, maybe Mania. Yeah, Mania. Studiopolis would be cool in 3D.
Studiopolis would be. No.
Studiopolis would be great to see in 3D.
Yeah, I could see that. If they don't do Force It, honestly, I could see them skipping Force and doing Mania instead.
Yeah.
So they do Lost World, Mania, and Frontiers.
I would just say they'd skip Frontiers if they were going to do that, because that game is first of all recent, but then again, when Generations came out, Colors came out a year before, but whatever.
Yeah. Honestly, I think the more recent the game is, like the more likely it'd be like, hey.
Well, also like Frontiers
this
again
was like Sonic's last stop before this.
Yeah, but also just Frontiers is not just too soon. It's just like the way that it's structured would probably be hard to make a stage out of. But,
yeah. But I mean, I could see it possible.
Ah.
I mean, they condensed Crisis City down to a 2D stage.
That's true.
Yeah, so I mean, like, it's very much possible.
Yeah.
One thing that's like Sonic Team can do is they're like pretty good actually like level design. Mm-hmm. Like even if the gameplays are kind of like whatever, if you're a lot of
depends
times
on the game, I think.
Yeah, it does. But like in each Sonic game, I've always enjoyed at least a couple levels. Mm-hmm. Like even Forces, I have like.
It had interesting like set pieces,
like
here and there, but it never like really like reached its full potential.
No, it did not at all. It was way too short. It was like it wanted to be like serious, like the IDW comics, but like for some reason it was like, yeah, we're gonna like pretend we're that serious, but that's it. We're gonna pretend we're that serious because it was like Sonic was captured and tortured for 6 months. Hey, kid, how you doing?
I love that. No, I was gonna say I love that. Like for Sonic Generations, we're still gonna have the Ken Pontac and Warren Graff like story stuff. Mm-hmm. But then when we get to Shadow Generations, it's gonna be such a jarring shift when they have Ian Flynn like to like write that.
I'm glad bringing Ian Flynn to represent.
I like Ian Flynn. I will say my one problem with Frontiers is like the constant name like member berries. Like, oh, it's kind of like the Black Arms or the Babylon Rogues, and I'm just like, okay, yeah, I know what these are.
Yeah, because I think they're trying to do that just to be like, hey, because I think they're trying to streamline Sonic's story now to kind of be like, hey, these are events that these happen, so you guys remember. And I know he's trying. Because I think right now they're talking like they're trying to be on like course correction for some of these characters. Like that's what Tails' whole arc in Frontiers.
Yeah.
You see, like they're basically like that his writing Frontiers is an apology, like, hey, so sorry how I was written Forces.
Yeah, that basically is just an
honestly Unleashed too. Honestly, Unleashed as well.
Yeah.
I think Unleashed started Bitch Tales.
Yeah,
and so I think in recent years I'm really glad they've stopped with Bitch Tales because he's not.
No,
you can't be an 8-year-old genius who competes with Eggman for fun. And there's just like, be a bitch about it.
Yeah.
Because like, they show him he built his own plane. He has all the, honestly, in Sonic Battle, he has the one of the most funnest like fighting gimmicks.
He stopped a missile from destroying a city in
Seriously.
Adventure 1.
And then in Adventure 2, he 1v1's Eggman like numerous times.
He's got a fucking battle mech.
Seriously. And then the advanced games, he's also doing his own thing. And then let's see here, like basically. Tails did a lot of stuff by himself. The fact that how he's written Unleashed and Forces was just so out of character for him.
Yeah, that
the point where Frontiers is like... Frontiers Tails...
Sorry.
Yeah, Frontiers Tails is just like... Yeah, so I'm going to go back to the old me.
Yeah. Ian Flynn's great at writing, like, characters and
that's what I'm doing with Shadow, too, for Shadow Generation.
Yeah.
Because Shadow's been all, like, on, like, his brooding streak, but, like, almost like he's forgotten Maria.
Let's pivot into Shadow Generations.
Yeah, so
47 minutes into this Shadow Generations.
At this point, they'll probably cut down to at least like 10.
Yeah, exactly. But
if I'm not good.
Shadow Generations, story-wise, what are your expectations?
So
besides a good story.
So I'm expecting, honestly, a more streamlined story from Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
So instead of being diverted, like, oh, you want to go hero, dark, neutral, and then converting to final, they're just going to streamline, like, hey, it's just Shadow versus Black Doom.
Yeah, the original problem with Shadow the Hedgehog was that there were like a lot of there were multiple pathways and multiple story segments.
Which was cool for Shadow's character being like,
but none of that really mattered when there was a final story segment.
Yeah, so it was like, so it was weird. Like the idea was like, oh, so Shadow's like this ambiguous character because he doesn't know who he is, and like last game he was a villain, but like he was told to be a hero. So now you get to play as Shadow, experiencing that.
Yeah.
But that final story says now you're a hero.
Yeah, I don't get what was up with that. But I do have another wild and crazy prediction. The Unleashed stages are going to be in this one. No.
Shadow goes to Florence.
Yeah. No, so with Shadow Generations, I think what they could do, because I think the basic premise is like Shadow, this takes place at the same time as Sonic Generations.
Yes.
It's like going to converge with the actual story. So we might get that Sonic... You get to fight Sonic in the Shadow Generations portion.
Because I think it'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Because that's just how me.
Because the reason for Shadow fighting Sonic in Sonic Generations makes no sense. He's just like, I'm gonna fight you.
I mean, his makes more sense than Silver's.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Silver's is really like, oh, is it you this time? Let me fight you just to be sure. It's like, what do you mean is it Sonic this time?
I love when he's like,
what do you mean this time, Silver?
No, Silver says like, are you a fake sent for the Chaos Emeralds? It's like, oh. What?
Wait, there's a fake Sonic running around?
Well, maybe he thought of Metal Sonic.
Maybe.
He could have said that.
Yeah, but maybe after the fight, she said, like, oh, you're the real Sonic. Like, oh, I was thinking Metal.
Silver's a fucking idiot, whatever.
So don't worry, 10 years from now, we're going to get Sonic X Shadow X Silver
Generations. There we go. We're going to explain that.
By the way, a.k.a. Sonic 06 Part 2, baby! It's 2026!
Well, if Project 06 goes off without a hitch, maybe they'll bring in Silver.
Sonic 26!
No, I was going to say, if Project 06 turns out well, they'll bring in Silver into more games.
Oh, I wish.
Yeah, and actually make him a good character. But
honestly, I like Silver's character.
He's fine. He's a fine character. The problem is they don't give him a chance just because he's associated with 06.
Yeah. Which is weird because they brought him back for Rivals... They brought him back.
They kind of
Ryder.
rebooted him for Rivals because, like,
they did.
Yeah,
it's
a new Silver essentially.
I think he mentions Iblis like once or twice.
He does,
or something about that.
Ifrit, I think it is in the Rival games. What they could do, and I think there's like a lot of I don't know about rumors, but like an idea of like what if this Shadow Generations has multiple pathways like Shadow the Hedgehog did to kind of keep up with that. But I think would be kind of cool story wise if like. It would be really interesting to see, like, the results of all those other story, like, alternate pathways in Shadow the Hedgehog of, like, what if there was a Shadow who tried to conquer the world?
Like a couple what-if endings?
Yeah, so, like...
what if Shadow did go like,
so maybe
evil?
Shadow Generation's story will be, like, oh, Shadow has to fight multiple versions of himself from those different endings or stuff like that, you know what I mean?
Oh, that'd be kind of neat.
Like a Sonic Prime version... What a good Sonic Prime. For, like, Shadow's story for Generations.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool, actually.
Yeah. So he's not just fighting... Or Black Doom can be like, oh, all this weird Time Eater shit is happening. I'm going to take advantage of it by showing you what you could have been.
Yeah. Because that's honestly up Black Doom's alley. Like, Black Doom literally, like... And I hate to say this, but the Phantom kind of got it right. It's just... Black Doom was just gaslighting Shadow the entire time of his game.
I gotta say, the fan dub came out at the perfect time.
Seriously, they did. Good for you, Penny Parker, and your team.
Yeah.
I wish I remembered the rest of your names, but
good
job, Snapcube.
Yeah. I like those. But, yeah, I think it would be a good way to, like, justify all those alternate stories. And they're probably bringing Ian Flynn because he remembers all those. And he'd find a way to work that in. It would be cool to have, like, Shadow fighting his, like... It would be,
Because they haven't fighting BioLizard. They haven't fighting things on the Ark.
Yeah. I'd like him to, go through a choose-your-own-adventure kind of 3D game that's actually good.
Because right now it looks like they're throwing Shadow into a psychological, adventure. So it makes sense, actually, if you find alternate versions. Like, hey, here's a psychological adventure. Here's how you could turn out.
Yeah.
It would fight how you could turn out.
It'd be fun. It'd be interesting. I would like a multiple level or kind of choose your own adventure kind of Sonic game again. I think it'd be cool.
But actually, speaking of choosing things for Shadow, let's choose his levels. Because we already know we have the Ark. We already know we're going to have probably the first level of Sonic Shadow Hedgehog.
Westopolis.
Yeah, we're going to have Westopolis for sure. And then we're going to... Because somebody seen him falling into when he's like... When he shoots, because you see him in the arc chasing after Black Doom.
Yeah,
and then he goes to a little like warp thing, and then he falls into a city. I'm gonna assume that's Westopolis.
I think it's gonna. Well, I think some of the assets were like Radical Highway. Well, because here's the thing that's interesting is like they do that warping effect, like the Doctor Strange kind of warping,
which
like
I thought was awesome.
Yeah, the mirror dimension kind of thing. So I think we're gonna get it. So it's like you're in one level, and then the environment changes to like another kind of thing.
So, I'm down for that. Having Shadow warp through.
Yeah.
Through
So
that.
I don't think it's necessarily gonna be like.
That's
the 3-level per era like structure of Sonic.
No, I think it's gonna be kind of how similar to how Mania kind of did it, where like instead of Act 1 and 2, you just have the one act, but then at the end of the level, it does that cool transition between the stages.
Well, I think that would probably be harder for
Shadow Generations.
Yeah, because it's a 3D game. They have to have like some kind of menu in order to like load assets. And stuff.
But I mean, they still they have that they could fall back on that like Doctor Strange transition if they need to.
I guess they could, yeah.
Because I mean, the way they did it looked so seamless. They had him go through the warp thing, and then he looked in kind of like some kind of like in between space.
Yeah.
And then it warped sucked back out into like the city.
Well, it also cut between like cinematics and stuff. So like, I mean, that was more for the trailers.
Yeah, I mean,
benefit.
Oh, that's just like an in-game cutscene.
It would be interesting
because it looked like an in-game cutscene, and that alone makes me very happy.
Maybe I don't know. Well, the thing is with like Sonic trailers, you can never be sure because it's like sometimes the cinematics they make for the trailers never really end up in the game. Like none of the ones for Frontiers were in it. None of the ones for Forces. Forces definitely didn't have any cinematics just because of your avatar.
Yeah, which a little weird.
I don't know how the structure of Shadow Generations is going to play out.
I think it's going to be much more story driven.
Yeah, like
I don't think it's going to be like the like they're going to keep Generations where it's like okay, you go to your level or you go do classic or modern first, then you do the other version first, or then do the other version, free the person, go. I think for Shadow Generations it's going to be like you beat the level, cutscene for the story, next level. So I think it's going to be more like. Less. It's not gonna be as. I don't think it's gonna be as open as Sonic as Sonic Generations.
So you don't think we're gonna get like a hub world or anything for Shadow Generations?
If we do, I'm thinking it's gonna be more like
instead of white space, it'll be black space.
Yeah, kind of. But I'm thinking more it'd be like level select from like either the level select from Shadow the Hedgehog. Or it's going to be like Shadow's own version of the little white space.
That's what I'm saying. I would like Shadow Generations to be like Shadow the Hedgehog, where it's like the grid and you can like go. I'm not saying bring back missions.
No.
Don't do missions.
Don't do mission mode.
I'm just saying like what if there's a way...
Keep a consistent story through these.
I'm just saying like what if there was a way that you could like go through multiple pathways and they like lead to different levels. And that would also increase replayability. And
oh my god,
that would make me a happy camper.
I would be the happy sailor for that.
Yeah. But... yeah,
I'm happy to see Black Doom back, honestly.
I'm curious as to how that will play out because
I'm a big fan. When
he's a shitty character.
See, I think he's a shitty character in the first place because Shadow the Hedgehog couldn't have a cohesive narrative to do with Black Doom. Yeah. So now in Shadow Generations, if they keep it as a single story, they can have Black Doom be what he was supposed to be in the first time around.
He's just kind of a generic character, though.
He was,
like regardless.
But the fact that in his backstory, he's supposed to have this huge hand in making Shadow. Like, isn't the thing he's supposed to be like Shadow's technically biological dad? In a weird way?
Yeah.
Because his DNA.
Shadow has two dads.
Because Gerald used his DNA.
Shadow has two dads.
Yeah. He has his
so this game
father,
should
Gerald.
be under LGBTQ.
Exactly, because Shadow's the result of two gay dads.
So it's okay. It's okay, guys. Just let it happen.
It's okay, guys. It's 2024.
Yeah.
It's weird if you're not.
But I will ask this. Do you think we're going to get Maria and Gerald in this?
For Shadow Generations to work, they have to appear at least once.
Because that's kind of the
thing. They
thing.
have to. They are so crucial to Shadow's backstory that, like, if you're not going to include in Shadow Generations, like, if you're going the same rule like Sonic Generations, everything in Sonic's past shows up. If you're going to do Shadow Generations, if you're going to bring Black Doom, you have to have Gerald.
Yeah.
Because Black Doom is there because of Gerald originally.
But you know what's weird, though?
Unless they retcon Gerald out.
But
they can't do that because Eggman has talked about him way too much.
I would hate
He's like, my grandfather was a genius scientist, which is why I am too.
But
so you can't retcon Gerald out of this.
No. But that's going to be so weird, though, because outside of Eggman, the last humans, like the last game to feature humans prominently came out in 2008.
And that was Unleashed, right?
Yeah, that was Unleashed. So that's going to be so weird if they come back. I'm just like...
Honestly, I don't think it'd be too weird. Because I've seen a couple people like give him like a more updated design.
Yeah.
For like Marie and Gerald. Gerald, I've seen is just a little more slimmed down Eggman.
Yeah.
Like a bit old, like a more grayed up, slimmed down Eggman. This is Eggman if he was like 70.
Yeah.
And then for Maria, it was actually a cute design I saw was of so her age around like 12, 14.
Yeah.
But they had like she had her own real version of like the Eggman of like the Robotnik glasses, and she she looked like a little assistant. Kind of design.
Well, I don't think they're going to redesign them because
I don't think we're down too much, but like
in terms of their art style, like what's it going to be? Is that going to be more like cartoonish, like Unleashed? Because I preferred that art style over like the hyper realistic characters from like the adventure games in 06.
I think they're going to go more along the lines of like. I think they're going to go along the lines of like how they do Eggman.
Okay.
I think they're going to do the same way they do Eggman.
But they can't make them too cartoony.
But no, I think they're going to not make them too cartoony. They're going to, like I said, I think they're going to match how they style Eggman.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be similar that way.
Or similar to Sage, because I mean, Sage is kind of humanoid, but like she's more of a program, so you can kind of get away with like.
I know they wouldn't do this, but I think it's about referencing. Oh, no, because that Message Generation story, they're not going to change the story at all.
Yeah, because I seriously doubt that we're going to get any reference to like stuff past generations, like Lost World, and unless we get that like new era that we're
like I said, I think they have like an extra area for a couple of stages, but that's it. I don't think it's going to affect the story at all.
No, they're definitely not going to mess with the story of Sonic Generations.
The only thing I can see them maybe doing is like adding a couple more people to Sonic's birthday.
Yeah,
like that's it.
Maybe.
Like I said, Marine, I think she could be there. Blaze and Silver already there. Mephiles can be there. Actually, I saw something though. Actually, for Shadow Generations.
Oh, like what
stuff with Mephiles?
Yeah, that could.
Like they could add a couple things with him.
I would be fine with that because there is a thing where Ian Flynn has said like, oh, the Time Eater. It's his headcanon that like the Time Eater is like the traces of like Solaris after like the end of 06.
Which would make sense because Solaris was trying to eat time and everything.
Yeah,
just consume all.
I don't know how we would take that if they reference 06 though.
I could see them doing that.
They'd really be poking the bear there.
I mean, they brought back Crisis City.
Yeah, but that's true. But
so honestly, I could see him doing for Shadows.
I don't want Elise to come back. I can't handle.
No,
it.
Elise cannot come back.
No, I don't think she's going. No,
she's gonna stay in Final Fantasy where she belongs.
What a weird game.
But for Shadow Generations, I think what's gonna be yes, Westopolis, Radical Highway. I would love Rail Canyon because everybody loves Rail Canyon.
From Heroes?
No, Rail Canyon from Adventure 2.
You mean Skyrail?
Skyrail.
Yeah. But well, I don't know. Skyrail didn't really have anything to do with the story of Adventure 2.
No, I just love that level.
Yeah.
I just love Skyrail.
Green Forest White Jungle. Sorry, White Jungle would be cool. I don't know. I really don't have any high expectations for like what levels we're gonna see because there's really not that many to pick from.
There's not because it's like I get why doing Shadow Generations. I get why because out of all the characters they could do like a generation story with is Shadow. Mm-hmm. I mean, you can maybe do Tails as well, but like that would require them referencing Tails' solo adventures from the Game Gear.
Oh yeah, that's a clusterfuck.
Yeah.
Well, everything is canon now, don't you know?
That's so stupid.
I hate that shit.
That's so. Although luckily that doesn't make 06 canon because its own story it
retcons itself.
It takes itself out by the end of it, so it's like it's canon because it took itself out.
Yeah,
but
technically happened because Sonic Generations is like, oh, it's like an alternate
and then there's that weird whole fucking thing where it's like when Blaze absorbed Iblis, like that's what warped her to fucking Rush.
Let's not think about that.
Yeah.
Let's not think about that.
Yeah, so
that's just a completely different Blaze. It's fine. Don't think about it. But the actual game portion of Shadow Generations, so I think it's going to be with the same engine as like Forces and Frontiers.
Yeah,
because it had the same like boost effect. Like I saw footage of like Forces where they have like these like little dash lines on like the side of the screen.
Yeah, like
they had that for Shadow Generations, and it's not a great effect.
It's supposed to simulate speed for longer.
Yeah, I'm not super big on that effect though. It looks a little too like out of place. Like it looks like
it's very anime-esque.
Yeah,
I guess. Anime.
Which is weird because like there's no effect for that in Sonic Generations, so it's going to be weird like comparing the two. But
yeah, but it's not too bad.
I'm not like expecting. I mean, the game itself looks fine, like in terms of control. I mean, Forces control was not terrible, But if they do decide to go with that for this and have some good level design, then it could be good. But
Yeah.
I'm hoping it's more like Frontiers in terms of like some
Same.
like
'Cause
level design.
What makes me lean more towards Frontiers kind of design is from what we've seen from how Shadow plays.
Yeah.
Because we see Shadow. Here's the Chaos Spear back.
Yeah.
He hasn't used Chaos Spear in years.
Well, I also don't know if that's going to be a part of like the.
Oh, the Biolizard boss fight.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to just be like
I
like a scripted event or like if it's going to be part of gameplay.
No, because the way it looked like it's showing gameplay, it looked like he was just running back and forth and then throwing the spears at like the little balls on him.
Okay.
So
You think it's going to be more combat oriented, like
I think
Frontiers?
I think it's gonna be a mixture of Shadow the Hedgehog and Frontier, because Shadow the Hedgehog was actually kind of a little combat oriented too.
Do you think it's
because you had already had this spots to stop the stages to fight off the gun soldiers or aliens? So I think it's similar.
Do you think there's going to be like a level up, like skill tree kind of thing?
I could maybe see that, but at the same time, I could also see them combining the skill, like buying from Generations, and the Frontiers like skill thing. So I feel like you can just buy the skills to equip the Shadow.
Oh, you know
so
what?
like you can buy like Chaos Spear and equip it to him, or like you unlock Chaos Spear in the story. I can imagine, I know they wouldn't do it because I'm a Fish Shadow's character, but I love this did a joke where like Maria's like, or Maria or someone's like, Shadow, use your Chaos Spear. And Shadow's like, oh yeah, I can do that. And then just throw it. Like, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot I can do this. I forgot I've been able to do it for years.
That was like
because he's only been using Chaos Control.
That was like Piccolo in the new Dragon Ball movie. He was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. I was like, I fucking hate that line, dude. Fuck you.
I mean, I liked it because it's just like, yeah, he's used it in years. So it's like, oh, yeah, I forgot that power.
I hated that. But
I'm a sucker for those kind of jokes.
But with I did think about this. Like, what if we did go with the whole multiple pathways thing? Another way to increase replayability would be like you have a skill tree at the beginning. You can upgrade it as you go, but as you get to the end of like one playthrough,
just took a couple skills.
You don't have all the skills.
Yeah.
But like you can get those like on multiple like playthroughs or something, or like some kind of new game plus or whatever.
Okay.
And try out like new like pathways. I think all the pathways will like lead to the same spot.
Oh yeah.
But like if they decide to do that,
I think they do. But I think if they want to do the pathways, they cannot go as far as they did with Shadow the Hedgehog. Like you can't have.
I think maybe the
hero villain ending and the fucking like neutral dark and the neutral hero and like the hero dark and the hero. Like you remember
saying
like
all
9
that,
endings.
Saying all that confuses me, you know.
But it's actually what happened.
Yeah.
So if they do it again, neutral, hero, dark. That's it.
Yeah. Or it'll be more like they all lead to like some kind of heroic ending, but like multiple pathways give you like different levels and bosses, and it's like you get to fight other versions of Shadow in that, or you fight Mephiles in one pathway,
or that's gonna be
in one.
Or one of those pathways could be where you fight Sonic.
Well, I think the Sonic thing has to happen in order for Sonic.
Oh yeah, no, he has to fight Sonic at some point. Because that's not me. Where it was like someone's like, Shadow going through this whole psychological adventure. Finds Sonic, beats him up to let loose off some steam before he
that's pretty much what it is. He's just like, look, I'm having a rough day. Let's just fight, all right?
Something about the character trait of just like Shadow beating the shit out of Sonic to release steam is always funny to me.
Hey,
like, Sonic's like, I'm this nice cool hero. Shadow, I'm gonna kick the shit out of him.
That's how I feel any time I go home and I see that plush of Sonic on my bed. I'm just like, I need to let off some fucking steam. And I just bash it against the wall.
Sometimes you go home.
Why am I obsessed with this thing?
You go home, put on your Dr. Eggman costume, and throw Sonic at the wall.
Yeah. How'd you know my fetish? It's crazy, man. Damn.
Can you stop asking me to dress up as Chicken Scratch and
Scratch and Grounder or Snively?
Can you stop asking me to dress up as Snively?
Yeah. Remember that Sonic Boom episode where like Sonic and Eggman switch bodies, and then like he's like, I'm not Eggman, I'm Sonic, and Orbot was like, he's pretending to be Sonic again. And Cubot was like, well, I'm not going to be Amy this time. It's like, whoa, what are you doing there? What are you doing, Eggman? What are you up to? I wouldn't be surprised, though, if Sonic Generations, like, the Sonic portion of this remaster would have, like, something related to Boom. Not like a stage or anything, or, like, maybe, like, some kind of alternate costume?
Yeah, like...
Or a reference somewhere? I don't know.
I would get that. Or, well, honestly... a couple of tracks from Boom, Fire, and Ice.
Yeah, that had okay music, yeah.
I don't remember anything from the first Boom game on the DS. I remember nothing
Shattered Crystal.
I'll believe you.
That's what it's called, I guess. I don't know.
I remember Rise of Lyric and Fire and Ice.
Yeah, that's it. There was no... Well, there's just Fire and Ice.
Yeah, because...
Wait, there's only been Fire and Ice? Oh, it has been.
Oh, yeah, no. Listen, man, I love the Sonic Boom franchise. You got the TV show and Fire and Ice.
And that's it.
Yep,
That's all you got.
Yeah, listen.
Nothing else.
What about the Wii U game? Oh, yeah, Sonic Lost World? Yeah, no.
Yeah, there it is. There it is.
Yeah, that was the Wii U exclusive Sonic
I'm going
game.
to tell my kids that this is Sonic Boom, Rise of Lyric.
Oh, this game still talks shit.
Yeah. It's like, fuck, you can't get away from this. But Shadow Generations, anything else? There's really nothing else I think we can say.
Because like I said, this is 2 weeks after the trailer came out for the State of Play.
Yeah.
And so, outside of that drop trailer, which the reveal was sick. Let's be honest here, they revealed it perfectly with the old cross.
Yeah.
And then if you're even going through his Adventure 2, because I think it's going to start with him as Adventure 2. Like, he's going to start in Adventure 2.
Adventure 2 levels?
Yeah, because no matter what, it's going to end at the Arc.
Or I think
Arc's finale.
I think that it's going to begin at the Arc.
It's going to begin
there. It's going to begin with Shadow's, backstory, and then he's going to go through his life in chronological order.
Okay, so you think BioLizard has to be, middle boss.
Probably.
Because Black Doom has to be finale.
You know what I think it's going to be?
Black Doom has to be the end.
I think Sonic will be in the middle because that's when he fought him in Adventure 2.
Yeah.
Rival fight, Sonic, boss fight, BioLizard.
Ooh.
And then we get to... I don't know about Heroes. Nothing really happened for Shadow and Heroes.
Yes. I mean, if he had that whole... No, he had that whole weird plot line where it was like, oh, am I a robot or am I the original? He had the
But that was also in Shadow.
Oh, yeah, it was.
So...
They used that twice?
Yeah, they
back
did.
to back?
Yeah. And Shadow was surprised in that game, and then... But he saw, a robot duplicate in Sonic Heroes.
Sorry for the jarring cut there. So for... I think he's going to start Adventure 2. Go over to... I think he's going to start and end at the Arc.
Mm-hmm.
Or if it doesn't end on the Arc, it's going to end... probably end somewhere new. It's going to end somewhere entirely new in, the weird, dimensional space Black Doom has been making with the Time Eater stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's what's going to end this whole brand. It's going to end in so no, I think you're right. It's going to start with the Arc. I like the idea that it's going to start in the Arc. Shadow's going to see Black Doom, we get all the flashbacks of him, see Sonic go, before I let off some steam, before I need to think rationally here. Sonic, poof.
Yeah.
And then, okay, now I'm thinking rationally. I need to take care of Black Doom.
Yeah. All right, I'm good.
He starts off, he sees Doom starts off angry, beats up Sonic, feels better, and then chases
Black Doom. They can see a thing where it's just I'm fighting past versions of these people, and then it turns out that Sonic... It's
a past version of Sonic.
No. He thinks he's fighting the past version of Sonic, but it's just the actual Sonic from his time, and he's like, oh, my bad.
He wouldn't say my bad. He'd be like, oh, you should have fought better.
Yeah. That was not good, man.
Or he makes some kind of constant remark like, oh, wait, this is modern you?
Okay.
Because I don't know why. A nice Shadow scoff at Sonic is always well received.
Yeah, I like those. Shadow Generations, it might be good. I don't know.
Honestly, I'm hopeful for it. So, Forces killed my faith.
Yeah.
Mania kind of brought back.
Well, Mania came out before Forces.
Did it?
Yeah.
Alright, I forgot. Well, let's play both those games in order. And I completely forgot about it.
Yeah, I forgot about all the stuff that happened in Forces.
So did I. All I remember is the boss fight I hated.
Yeah.
The final boss sucked.
Yeah, that was not a good fight.
Actually, you know who they would never bring back? But I honestly wish they would. Ooh, actually, I have one more thing we could do for Shadow Generations. They probably won't do it, but I think it'd be kind of cool. Infinite. Because in episode Shadow...
Ooh, you're poking the bear.
I'm poking the bear here. But make Infinite a subordinate of Black Doom. Because let's be honest here, he's not strong to be his own villain. He is not.
No.
He is not going to be his own villain.
Hey, he's not
I
weak.
am not.
He's not weak. He's not weak, okay?
But they can do a big... If Sega's on a tail course correction, they can fix Infinite so easily here.
Yeah.
Why was everything so angry in the fucking Forces? Because of Shadow.
Or-
Shadow beat the hell out of him and made him feel weak. So why does he go for Sonic? Why? He was like, wow, Shadow, you really kicked the hell out of me here. Fuck you, Sonic. Like, that's what he does.
Sonic Forces is not
So
a
in Shadow
good
Generations.
game.
So what they could
No,
do is,
I think if they're going to include him in Shadow Generations, I think they'll make a hint like, oh, I'm going to show up in the future.
No. Or I think it'd be really funny if they did. Like, oh, we're from the future. And then Shadow just one-shots him and just
Yeah,
like,
he
no,
kicks him in the
no.
face again.
Same kick. He has the exact same kick to him again.
Oh, man.
He has to, like, spin kick him.
And then Forces, they'll add the scene where he's just like, whew, that felt really familiar.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to kick him in the face again. This is fun.
Shadow's like...
I would love that to bring back Infinite just to have him, like, someone
Get
beat the shit out of him.
one-shotted.
Yeah.
Dude,
Like, that's
so
what we
funny.
think of that character.
Because I'm thinking more of like bosses wise, because like level wise, you only have like what, like 4, maybe 3 or 4 games to pick from for Shadow. Really?
Like that, yeah. Like his past Adventure 2 Heroes.
You could
Shadow,
do some stuff from Heroes.
some parts of 06 maybe.
Yeah, you could do them.
For the Mephiles stuff.
Yeah, like honestly, what you could do is White Acropolis.
Yeah.
White Acropolis would be fun for Shadow.
I will say also
because that's when Mephiles possesses a Shadow, right?
No, in
no,
Kingdom Valley.
You know, so you do Kingdom Valley or White Acropolis. No, White Acropolis is where he got the scepter.
Yeah. You know what though? I will say this. I just thought of this. Ian Flynn also has to. I think he also has to include a bit. I don't think this is important, but like he should definitely include a bit like in the story, and they might do this to explain why Shadow doesn't help Sonic in the final boss of Sonic Generations.
Honestly, I'm cool with the excuse that he's just exhausted from Black Doom.
Yeah, he's like, you deal.
Like
I'm tired. You kick his ass.
Like they no Shadow. Like when he gets there, he just jumps up and he's just arms folded. He's like, "You got this, Sonic."
Yeah.
Like I love the idea of that. Like they do the cuts. So you got this, Sonic. And then he just sits down, and then Rouge is like, "Aren't you gonna help?" He's like, "Oh God, I'm tired."
Oh,
and that's it. That's the end of his campaign. He's like lazy, offhanded comment. Like he's fine.
Another story thing I would like them to implement in Shadow Gens is Rouge and Omega.
Yes.
Like for Team Dark.
I would love if they like. I want Rouge and Omega, or maybe just Rouge, probably fill this role here. I want Rouge to fill the same role Tails did in Generations, in Sonic Generations.
They need to come back.
Rouge would fill out in Shadow Generations.
It'd be weird if Omega was there though, because he doesn't show up at the end of Sonic Gens.
And that's what they could add to his birthday party. They got Omega. Why is Omega there? If Shadow and Rouge are there, why not Omega?
He can't eat cake.
So?
What the fuck is he gonna do there?
Hang out? Destroy Eggman robots?
He doesn't. He doesn't like anybody. I guess he likes Shadow and Rouge, but he doesn't give a fuck about Sonic.
No, he does not. He does not care about Sonic.
I wish I was like Omega. I wish I didn't have to care about Sonic.
So, final prediction for Shadow Generations? Banger final boss theme.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice. I'm curious what the soundtrack will probably be good. I don't know.
Because, let's be honest here, I know Generations had, like, all the previous soundtrack games for it.
Don't you go there. Where are you going with this? No.
Do you remember what the final boss's theme is for Generations? For
the Time Eater theme. It's not good.
I would say, like, it's not a good final boss
There is
theme.
a Crush 40 song called Sonic Youth, which makes a lot of references to, like, past songs. Like, the lyrics are like, oh, I opened my heart and I lived and learned. And it.
Which, why wouldn't that be Generations?
That's what I'm saying. It's so obvious that it's supposed to be, like, the final boss theme for Generations. But I think they just got cold, or maybe they just didn't have time to put it in. I don't know.
I mean, now for the remake, though, I hope they do that. That
would be nice, too. That's a good song.
I would be A-okay with them changing the final boss theme for Sonic Generations.
I would be fine with them changing the final boss to Sonic Generations.
I mean, that's
Time Eater fucking sucks.
Yeah, that too.
But the worst Supersonic boss. But keep going.
It's one of the worst.
Well,
it's one
besides
of the worst
like
games.
Secret Rings,
it's one of the worst 3D endings.
Yeah,
because the whole game is great.
Time Eater sucks. Yeah.
For Sonic games, I expect the final boss fight to have more like epic grandeur. Because like Open Your Heart was great, and even the Perfect Chaos theme in the Act 2 was pretty good. It's like Dark and Ominous, which I think they should have flipped. I think first actually with Dark and Ominous, and the second one should have been Open Your Heart.
Well, someone's got to write a letter to somebody.
I do. But then
people know they fucked up back in 1998.
Yeah, but then they did fix the Adventure 2, where you had the first Bowser phase, you had his theme, and then you had Live and Learn for the second time when you do Super. And let's be honest here, everybody fucking loves the final boss in Adventure 2 for Live and Learn. You're going ham to that theme.
Well, the boss itself is not very good, but like
dude, Live and Learn and then just charging at those different bulbs, like it's fun. Like it's not hard, but it's fun.
Yeah.
And then Heroes, What I'm Made Of. Great song. And then...
What I'm Made Of is better than Live and Learn. Don't at me.
Really?
Yeah.
That's your Sonic hot take.
Hey,
And
at
then you
least
had-
I don't like a shitty RPG. But continue.
That's my hot take.
Yeah.
My hot take is I want a Sonic Chronicles 2. Finish the fucking story. And then you have even 06 banger songs.
Mm-hmm.
His World is the final theme in the instrumental version. Amazing. Solaris is fantastic. 06 may have sucked, but Solaris was a fantastic boss fight. I like the Solaris boss fight.
It was okay.
And then let's be honest, after that,
There's not many other silver linings in that game.
Unleashed had a fun boss. Dark Gaia was sweet. Endless Possibilities. The instrumental for Endless Possibilities, fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Reach for the Stars for colors.
I think we get the point by now.
Yes.
There's a lot
Generations needs to Sonic Youth. Just give me Sonic Youth. Like you have all these great
Not
songs
Sonic Youth the
before.
band.
You have
Sonic Youth the song.
Yes. So you have like all these great songs before, and yes, you have Generations, so you brought them all back in anyway. But then you have it's still give Sonic a banger final boss theme for his Celebration Anniversary game. Yes, the game is important, but the music carried Sonic for so long. Let's be honest, even when the games were like considered universally bad, which depending on who you ask, wasn't really there. That's me, I'm there. The music was always good. So it's like they kind of dropped the ball in the final time eater thing.
Well, it's not great, but it would be nice if they added
But I have
a
hate.
little bit more flair to that.
Yeah, but I have more faith for at least Shadow Generations for his final boss team because of Frontiers. Every boss team in Frontiers went hard.
Well, I mean,
It was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I just hope that Otani doesn't direct the music to Shadow Generations. I will be honest. I mean, I after like Force's sound, I hate Force's soundtrack. Not a great soundtrack in my opinion, but
You know, like the EDM stages for the.
that's the thing, I hate the EDM focus, especially for like Frontiers. I mean, I don't really like a lot of the cyberspace tracks. I don't really like.
There were a couple of them I liked. I liked a lot, but a lot of them were very samey.
Yeah.
Whichever one, I think 1-2 had a really good song though. It was like the going, Baton, I'm going,
Yeah.
I'm going to the light.
That's exactly how it sounded.
Yeah, it was. Listen, it was like, it's one of the few cyberspace songs I remembered.
I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I mean, I'm not super big on Otani's like style. I would really like it if Jun Sonoy like did the soundtrack
Although,
instead of Superstars. I hate.
hey, listen, could you
Why
guys,
can't you just get away from the Genesis sound font for one game?
so Sega, if you ever offhand
Flip 'em!
this, flip.
Have Otani work on the classic stuff, and Jun Sonoy on the modern stuff.
Because just like hold on, whoever was behind the idea of doing Undefeatable, put that person in charge of Shadow Generations music. Whoever was in charge of like doing Undefeatable.
I think that was Otani again, but like, yeah.
I'm sorry, but
I just don't like his EDM stuff.
listen, put Otani with Kelly and Quinn, and we are good.
Fine.
Kelly Quinn.
Well, I
That
think honestly
is-
it should be.
I'm a fan of
I think it should be June for Shadow, just because he was the director of the music for Sonic Generations.
Oh, really?
So I think they just want to keep it consistent. Well,
That's
he was the
fair.
director, but he
That's
also
fair.
didn't do he didn't do all the classic songs. I think that's when they were still collaborating with Cash Cash, and he had like Cash Cash like do the classic songs.
Okay.
Those are more EDM, but I think they're like
Well, the idiot.
they're not as obnoxious as Otani's tracks.
Well,
Because Otani, like, I didn't like I don't like some of the songs he did for Colors Ultimate. He ruined Planet Wait, he didn't
I
ruin
will be
Planet West.
honest. I skipped Colors Ultimate because I still have Colors on my Wii over there.
Okay.
So I didn't see a reason to buy it. And then when I heard everybody was like, "Oh, this really kind of sucks," I'm like, "I'm good."
I only got it just because it was like on sale, and even then, it's not bad, but it's also just like Colors deserves a little bit more love.
It does.
But I don't know. It's.
'Cause-
I think if you're gonna play Sonic Colors for the first time, it's not a bad way to play it for the first time. But also just like, I just wish it was like a little bit better.
Yeah, but if you're gonna play Colors, DS.
Yeah, best version. Or you could just play
'Cause isn't that-
the Wii version on Dolphin.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, that works too.
Buy it officially though.
Yeah.
Support-
Buy. No, remember, You buy officially to emulate later.
Yeah, exactly. Buy Colors Ultimate and then emulate the Wii version. There you go.
I'm so glad our tangents go so far off.
I know, we gotta wrap this up soon. We're
I know.
at feature length.
I know. We're dropping the Sonic X Shadow movie. Ooh, Sonic X Shadow the movie.
Whoa! Okay.
Just Sonic X Shadow the movie.
Alright, we gotta wrap up this discussion
All right.
because we're getting really distracted. You have Crazy Taxi for the PS2. No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
So, I thought of a bit to start this, but didn't think of a bit to end it.
I don't know. Whatever. We're looking forward to the game. Thanks for watching. Get fucked. Bye. I don't know.
Alright.
If you watched this whole video,
I'm proud of you. You watched
I'm very proud of you.
But,
champ.
so, I've been LegendofZubin. This has been the One True Brian. Thank you for listening to this discussion about Sonic X Shadow Generations. We'll see you guys on launch day.
Yeah.
See you guys then.
We're going to see them on launch day.